What's up, my fellow Vital Point hunters? This is Andrew Penzi once again, and today I'm on another scout trip. It is the beginning of September. Time is running out. Gotta get in these woods, hopefully find some deer sign. So today I'm in a little section of woods on the other side of that cornfield I scouted last time. A lot of mountain bike trails in here, but a stretch of woods that hugs that cornfield. I'm curious what's coming in from this side. I scouted this a long time ago when that cornfield used to be a sod field, and I wasn't really too excited about what I saw in here, mostly mountain bike trails. But considering now that, see I'm on a mountain bike trail right now, but considering that the sod is now corn, I think that's definitely more of a draw, and some of these deer might be willing to cross these mountain bike areas. I've hunted areas near mountain bike trails in the past, and I've had some success, but once in a while you do get screwed up right at a critical moment. You see a deer coming and a pack of bikers come through and they flush them out. So that's never good. I'm always hoping that the bikers are going to push a deer to me, and it never quite happens that way. But if I can just get on the outside of this trail, between the trail and the corn somewhere, we'll see what we see. So this is the situation I have. This is the end of the trail here, heading back into the hardwoods. And then right between the hardwoods and the corn, there's this section of just real thick growth. Now, the deer love this stuff because they could walk through it. It kind of hides their bodies. They could bed anywhere in here. No one's going to see them. Tough to hunt though. I don't see a lot of trees to get in this area. All little small straggly stuff, or thick nasty pines that you're not going to have many shots in. But I'm going to walk through this area, just kind of zigzag it. Could be a good ground spot. I've been doing less and less ground hunting lately. Ground hunting used to be my bread and butter. Since I started filming my hunts, it's a little more difficult to film your hunt on the ground. So kind of leaning away from that and going more towards the tree hunting. Well, this is not what I expected. The corn doesn't actually travel all the way across the field, so it doesn't come right to the edge. This looks like it's all been plowed over on, good 2/3 of this field across have been plowed and are clear. But there is some corn up in the front corner there. So I'm gonna check out the corner because the deer will have a nice easy transition right across this little dirt road here. Now the deer love this sort of vegetation right between two real thick areas. Again, they could hide in here. It's a good height for them. But also the ticks love it. So this is Tick City right here. Got to check myself frequently. Now this, my friends, is Russian olive. If you don't know what Russian olive is, you're lucky, because it's an invasive species here, and boy, they have just taken over all these natural areas, and they get so thick it's practically impenetrable, especially if you have a backpack and stuff on that'll get snagged. But trying to make my way through here, hoping it opens up somewhere. This is the only way to travel through these, to crouch down low and hope you get a little path underneath. Found this nice little deer nest right here. With beds, about 4 or 5 different trails come together from the thick stuff, and then going out to the corn in a couple areas. There's some old rubs on these trees here. This is from a couple of years ago. All these trees have some rubs on them, but it's so tight. There's no place to hunt even from the ground. I mean, I'd be 5 yards away from the deer when he walked by, and that's just too close. Well, you could have the best deer sign in the world, but if it's an area just too thick to really hunt in or get set up in, to get through, it's useless. So this area, there's a lot of deer trails around, but I just don't see it as being very huntable, unless I come in here with like a brush hog, but the state probably won't look too favorably upon that. You got to be really careful to not pick spots based on where you could set up. Pick spots based on where the deer are. That is important. Actually, someone commented something similar in one of my last videos on scouting. So yeah, definitely go by deer sign first, and then if there's a spot, great. If not, you got to keep on looking. There's a bed here. I don't know if you could see that, but the grasses are all bent over, matted down, just in the middle of this thick stuff. It's about chest high. There's the corn just on the other side. and the thick stuff I was walking through. Instead of hunting, I should just hang back along the road and wait for a car to hit the deer. There are remains all over the place. Long Island was all old potato farms back in the day, and they used to hold the potatoes in these sorts of buildings. This one's been so swallowed up by the vegetation, I almost walked right next to it and didn't know it was there. Oh man, look, I think I found a potato, and deer love potatoes. This must have been an old potato field, and... no, it's just a rock. That was a joke. It was a joke. So once in a while you have to think like a deer, and I'm rethinking something I said earlier. I was thinking that the thick area right across from the corn would be the best spot to hunt because they come right from the thick area to the corn. However, a deer's not going to want to cross this big open field. They'll have no problem crossing over anywhere in this corn. But this open field might actually concentrate the deer into the thick side to get kind of from one section to the other down there. They have this thin, narrow strip. It's, you know, kind of a funnel coming through here. So I'm going to take a look at this little patch in between the fields a little more closely and see what I see. See if I prove myself right. This Lespediza is another invasive taken over. So here's that middle area all beat down. Trail's going every which way. And I think I might be able to get in this little pine right over here. It's kind of small, but I'd be hidden pretty well right there with a hang on maybe. The good thing about this area is I have a feeling not too many people are hunting it because most people use traditional tree stand with large tree. But I think I might be able to sneak in here. Now I'd only be like maybe 10 feet off the ground, but I would be pretty hidden. And I don't even think I need my climbing sticks to get up here. And it's looking pretty good. That's the area I'd be looking over. Cornfield in the back. A lot of trails coming through this spot right here. I have good concealment in this tree here. Not too shabby. Yes, I am free climbing the tree. Don't panic. I used to climb trees all the time as a little kid without a safety harness. No issues doing that now either. All these little crab apples have little rubs on them. So this is looking good. Now I wasn't going to hang a camera here because I'm frequently disappointed on the cameras and it pisses me off. But I think I have to because I'd be curious to see what's coming through here and when they're moving. So here's my dilemma. I was coming back to put a camera up. The tree I'm in, those little trees, pines that way, facing that way. But on the back side of this, I realized there's also a little green area, a lot of paths going through, row of pines up that way, and then another little green area. So I'm like, I don't know which is better. If I can get in those pines, I might be able to sort of see both sides. But it's really hard to say. I think I have better shot opportunities than the other one. Which one will they be on? Trail? I don't know which trail they'll be on. There's trails all over through here. Sign on both sides. It's a tough call. I think I'm going to stick with my initial gut instinct and stick with the first spot. And chances are I'll have deer blowing at me from the backside. Such is life. If this camera isn't stolen here, it will be a miracle for sure. I'm not using a lockbox either. I'm sick of the lockboxes. I am done with them. They make too much noise. Good thing about this spot is my tree is just another 40 yards over, so I'll catch it, you know, walking right to my tree. There's still paths all around this area, so it'll be good just to kind of see what's in the area. Starting to see more and more of these ribbons. I don't like that. Definite people trail I'm on here. More of that Lespediza stuff. Well, I've yet to find a fresh rub from this season. A friend of mine saw one in Ohio, his first one. So I'm guessing the buck is maybe still in velvet. And personally, I have no desire to shoot a deer in velvet. I don't know what you guys think. What do you think about that? Let me know. It just seems like a real pain in the butt to deal with afterwards. If you want to preserve the antlers, I don't know. It seems like too much trouble for me. But if a giant one walked by me, you know, might have to try that out. That's a nice big flock of turkeys. This fence ain't gonna keep them out. But it is interesting that this whole side of the field is fenced. I don't know why they bother. That whole side is open. Actually, the whole other side is open too. It's kind of a joke. Oh, I think even the gate over here is open. How about that? This is pretty much right across from the area I scouted last time, where I have a camera like 100 yards in. I'd love to go check that camera, but this is private. I can't walk across here. And this field just keeps on going, man. It's like, I don't know, got to be at least I don't know, half a mile or so down that way. Then I have to come all the way around. I ain't doing it. So I'll have to catch that camera some other time. The fence continues as far as I could see that way, and as far as I could see that way too. But there's an opening here. This gate is open, so and there's corn. So you know game are traveling through here to get to there. Boy, if I was the farmer, I think I'd set up a blind just on the other side here. Unfortunately, I can't go that way, but I can go this way. So on my way out, I'm gonna just blast through here. Looks like the turkeys took a little dust bath right here. So this is pretty funny. I'm back in the hardwoods. And in the middle of nowhere here, there's this telephone pole stuck in here. No wires or anything on it. I don't see any other poles anywhere around here. It would actually make a pretty good spot for a tree stand. But I'm serious. Very odd. But this is just a huge ant nest there. My goodness. All right, anytime you see a transition like this, you got to check it. Open hardwoods, open, open, open. Thick, 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 thick. All scrub brush. There's a couple nice trails actually coming right into this. So we predominantly have northwest wind going this way. So I'm actually going to look for trees just on the other side of this little oak area, because that wind would be most favorable for me. There's this little multi-trunk oak right in the middle there. I think I can get a hang on in. Possible spot. A couple trails coming through here. So that thick area I just walked through, marked that little oak. But then it just keeps getting better and better actually. So once I cross that, I'm away from the mountain bike trails, and there's this little clearing now surrounded by thick, all sides, real thick. So lots of trails coming through here. I'm sure those deer are bedded in some of these thick areas during the day. Going out to that cornfield, you know, it's a little walk away now, but there's no doubt all the trails lead right to it. This is looking good, looking good. I just jumped a deer out of that spot too, and I literally scared the crap out of some turkeys. A turkey flew off and it let it fly as I was going. You can see the crap raining down. The deer are literally popping out like popcorn right now. I just can't seem to get any on camera, but man, they're fast. Wow. That is a crap load of deer right there. This is Andrew Penzi, Vital Point. Catch you guys next time. If you haven't been out scouting yet, get out there. Time is running out, and your odds will greatly improve if you get some boots on the ground before you go out for the first time. I mean now. Go! Scout! Now!